morning everyone, it's Yvonne back to do your bonus read. I just had a little thought this morning and I thought it was quite interesting because I talked to you guys about my red lounge and the yellow lounge moment. And if you can't remember that, I was saying that there was a point in my life where I realised I needed to be more firm about making decisions and be more assertive with myself, because up until that point I felt I would give way to people, and I have that nature where I'm like, it's just not that important to me, so therefore, you know, other people can sort of step before me. And I never thought there was anything wrong with it, but when I realized I was doing that, I started to become more conscious of, you know, sometimes putting myself first, which have been really hard for me. Anyway, something to do with that child upbringing, all that sort of stuff we talk about, right? So I had wanted a red lounge, but somehow or another got talked into having a yellow one. And I always looked at this yellow lounge and thought it just wasn't what I wanted. But you know what? At the end of the day, I didn't fight about it. I went, other people seem to always have that edge on me. So just recently, I bought myself a red lounge. And it was sort of like a bit of a moment for me, because I was pretty impressed with myself that I finally got around to having a red lounge. But I couldn't get one off the floor. It had to be made. It's not a stock item. And it takes 5 to 6 weeks. So to the story of me waking up this morning and thinking, how on earth are they going to deliver a lounge when we're going to be on lockdown and people aren't going to be coming into your house? And I went, wow. So I'm still not able at this point to take ownership of my red lounge. So it'll be very interesting. So the people that have asked me about it obviously have to wait in anticipation now, but at least I know it's ordered. Okay, guys, I'm reading from the Thelema Tarot for this reading, and we do have the 8 of Cups coming in here. So the 8 of Cups is a card that talks about walking away from situations that bring you no emotional fulfillment. So walking away from things that perhaps you've invested in that aren't sort of bearing any fruit. You could be dealing with someone who's coming up with a lot of ego here, but something's about to close out with this World card. It hasn't been shown to you yet, but it's going to give you an opportunity to take a new path. Okie dokie, let's just have a look at that again. So I have you walking away from someone who's still in their ego. You've got someone here who is not spiritually awakening, still in denial, still in this ego state. And I feel like you've invested a lot of time and energy in this situation. Something's about to change though, because we have the World and the Moon here. So it looks like to me this person is, maybe it's you closing out the cycle. Okay, now it sounds like the What's Cracking reading. You're closing out some sort of cycle here. You're moving away from someone because they're not investing in you. The Magician's here. So this is about you manifesting a new pathway here and leaving someone behind because they haven't awoken. Okie dokie. Okay, so we have the 8 of Swords. So we're going to get repeat cards too. The 8 of Swords is about someone keeping themselves entrapped in a prison of their own making, because we see them able to escape this. There's nothing to stop this person escaping, only their own thoughts, their own ideas, their fears. So they've kept themselves trapped in something. Okay, and then we have the 2 of Pentacles. So somebody's weighing up a decision here on whether to leave something behind. The Pentacles, this is a card of trying to balance out 2 options. So the person, you or the other person, could be dealing with 2 options, 2 situations, 2 people. Could be for some of you, although I don't get the energy of work. I feel like you're trying to balance out 2 options here. Let's just keep going. Okay, so we have the King of Swords. We have someone here who's not communicating or not sharing information here. They're closed down. Look at the face on this man. He does not want to talk at the moment. And yet above him fly butterflies, which say that there's transformation all around this person. There is freedom here, but yet they're keeping themselves trapped in some idea here of how things should be. Could be dealing with a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius here as well. Of course we do. We have the Tower. Okay. Something's got to happen here. You've got someone who's just not heeding the call. Okay, so we have the Strength card coming out. So for some of you, could be dealing with Leos and Scorpios, but more likely you're dealing with someone who, I feel like you've put in all the work here. I feel very strongly with this Strength card that you've stayed strong for a long time. You've been really persistent with this. You haven't given up on it. Okay, so it's possible that at times you could have considered maybe you were dreaming, maybe it was an illusion, maybe it wasn't real, maybe what you were feeling wasn't real. But there's this real feeling here that you are starting to question this person or this situation. You're starting to question whether the whole thing, the whole situation was real or not. Because you've sort of lost the desire, the faith, the trust here of this person returning or putting things right here. They are trapped in their own ego. 10 of Pentacles coming out. So this situation holds great potential. The potential here is enormous. And you have someone who's been investing in something for no return. And good for you if you've been doing that. Good for you. But it's time to pull up stumps now. You can't keep doing this. So the only way to get this person moving is to pull up stumps. You have to stop investing. You have to draw back any affection, attention, whatever. Yeah, so we have the High Priestess here. So your intuition now is telling you that it's time to move on. You've done enough now. So this is Wounded Warrior here. And we have you just taking care of you. Okay. Very, very similar energy to the What's Cracking reading. You're walking away from a situation that you've been investing in. You've been trying to manifest this. It's not happening. This person is totally stuck in their ego. They're not going anywhere. They need to close out a cycle, but so do you. You need to close this cycle of investing. You're investing in a situation that still shows no change. Look at the moons here. You're investing in a situation and nothing's happening. You need to take a new pathway here. I feel like you're already considering this. I think your intuition is calling out to you, and I do think you're trying to balance out, you know, how you go about doing this. But there is definitely a need to walk away from someone who's trapped. Waiting for them, hanging around for them, thinking they're coming towards you at the moment is not helping here, because they're not waking up. There is a Tower here. So when I look at this, I think this situation has lots of potential. There is huge potential in this particular situation, this relationship, this partnership. But the only way you're going to get it moving is by letting go of it. So you've got to let go of expectations, let go of control, let go of any energy associated with this. Because you need to bring this Tower down. It's not coming down by itself. You need to bring it down. And the only way you're going to do that is by withdrawing your energy from this situation. Because I do see you investing in yourself here. I do see you listening to your intuition and listening to yourself. The victory card is here, the 10 of Wands and the justice card with the 7 of Wands. That's why I said I feel like you've never given up. And behind that we do have the King of Wands again. So you've never given up on this person, this situation, whatever this is for you. You've held on tightly. And the cards here are telling me there will be success in this situation. But you have to walk away from it for it to fall down. It has to be rebuilt. It's just not working the way that you're investing in the energy. There's karma that's not clearing. So this, you may have done the work. You may have already, potentially be ready. But the other person is just stuck in the ego energy. They've either done absolutely no work at all or they're still completely in denial. But I love that you haven't given up, because actually these cards together look really nice. The 6 of Wands here says that there is a victory, but there is a putting down of the burdens first, because karma has to play its part here. But it's telling you not to give up, but to walk away. Now that may be a little difficult for some people, but this is what it's saying here. You need to refresh the energies. You need to pull back your energy. You're still trying to heal them. You're still trying to manifest them, and you're not bringing them back in here. Okay. The card of the moon's come out, which is quite interesting, isn't it? Considering we have the moon there. So let's just read it. It's card 37. I feel like it'll have some really strong messages for people in here. Okay. I'm going to read you the medicine again. I'm not going to read the rest of the card. I think the medicine's important today. This card calls you to go on a journey of renewal, just like the moon does every month, so you can get unstuck, whether from a specific situation or life in general. For this, you need to make time to be with yourself without the distractions of modern society, and have the courage to look at the unwanted or unembraced parts of your being until you arrive at a place of resolution. Shamanic law explains that the finest treasures of humanity are hidden where people are most afraid to go. So maybe there's still something else you need to discover about yourself, and maybe that's about the power of leaving behind, not controlling, and letting go. There's power in that. Have a great day.